But if I begin to bring these edges to match, I'm going to start getting some distortion. You kind of need that that split in there, else you're going to start getting some weird distortions. Now that's the challenge of UV mapping. Where do you put your splits? Because this is going to create a seam when I'm texturing. My pixels are going to end here, and then they're going to end here. And how do you make these where they match up? And there's different techniques you can use to fix that. But that's the challenge. To get these to lay as flat as possible, you're going to have these splits in order to unfold this car. So it's kind of but you want as few of those splits as possible. So, but on the front here, we could go ahead and continue down and keep adding to the front. Now this has a very steep angle here, so maybe this one would be done best with the camera. And go to create UVs, planar mapping, camera, apply. It's on the left, the T's on the left, and then you fix your width and height. And I click off. And I'm going to click the shell. I'm going to bring this down. You kind of turn it in place, and then Q, and then select that edge and move it into place. So it's starting to look pretty good here. Well, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to keep doing what we did to this side on the other side. And I'm actually going to cheat here and take off the bottom. This is just kind of a, I guess, a race car shell here. At least that's what I'm going to say, so I don't have to do as much work, right? So I've got this one in the front, and then I've got this side, and then we've got the back, and then we'll be about done. So alright, here we are back, and I'm continuing with our UV mapping. If you want to skip ahead, that's fine. If you still don't have this yet, just what I'm doing is things that aren't facing a specific axis, I'm kind of facing them perpendicular and zooming in and creating a projection map for that specific face from the camera, and the apply. And then if you remember, you establish kind of your longest distance to begin with, and make sure that stays the same anytime after there. And we established 20 to begin with. Okay, and if your red T is always in the bottom left, then you shouldn't have to do any flipping once you get in. Alright, so go in here, and I'm going to take my back glass, and that would be over here. I'm going to rotate it, right click edge. Alright, when I'm in shell mode, I can't select the edge, I have to hit Q. Now select, right click edge, moving so. Oops, wrong one. This one's moving so. And then we did the front of the car earlier. Do I still have that around? Or did I? Maybe I didn't. So, oh, that's it. Alright, so, let's see what this, hit Q, and then right click, hit edge, and see if, oh, so though that one has to be flipped. So I'm going to go to my shell tool and flip it, and then try it again. Hit Q to get out of the shell tool. See, the UV editor, once you learn the tricks, it's just a lot of repetition, and it takes time to make a good map. So far we haven't done any projects with the image textures, and I wanted to wait on it because this can get kind of annoying. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't really know what to do with the back here. I think I'll do this one from the side. I'll do these 3. I could do a separate one here and separate. I'm just going to do a straight X projection, and then I may do some tweaking in the attribute editor. So this one's going to be an X projection, apply. Ooh, sorry, I'm going to undo that. It'll be a Z projection, and notice that the T's on top. So let's see what we can do to fix that. So if we flip it in X 180, now we're good, and then we do the 20 by 20 and come back. And then we alright, and then we have our last projection on this side. I'm just going to do it all flat as one piece. I'm not going to try to do individual faces. Things that are very slanted, like windshields, I think it's worth doing it. But on this one, there are some angles. Actually, those are already done. And this should be our last projection, and this would be in the x-axis. Apply. This needs to be in the bottom left, so we do a Z at 180, and then go to 20 again. So it's the same scale, and then we want to take that edge and bind it with this edge. So we're going to smooth and so, and I don't know what this goes to. What does this go to? Oh, that front one. Instead of projecting, I'm going to go ahead and I want to move this as a shell. Another technique you can do is just kind of, as you're looking at the screen, you can kind of match it up. And you know that this gets slightly, the idea is if you can match it up visually, you can do it that way as well. So I'm going to select these edges, sew them, and then take these UVs and kind of bring them in until it Alright, so that's pretty close. And if you remember what we started with, it was a lot different. So now our car is ready for a texture. Alright, in the next tutorial I'm going to show you how you take this map into something like Photoshop and begin painting it.